Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Behind the Mic here in the beautiful AAA studios at Music Town inside of Hockey Town, downtown Detroit. And thanks to AAA Studios as well as Children's Hospital of Michigan Foundation. Thank you to those sponsors that we can do this every week behind the mic and bring in local artists and showcase what we've got in the D. And, of course, another edition today with local artist Syd Burnham. Good morning. Good afternoon. Look at it. It is 12.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you for having us.
Oh, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. So, along with Dad.
Yes, Tim Burnham.
Tim Burnham, yes. I didn't realize when you introduced yourself out there, I didn't realize you were sitting in with her and you play the guitar. So that's kind of cool that you get to go around with your daughter and help her with her music and play and everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, right. Take them around everywhere.
I guess now it makes sense. I was reading some stuff about you, and you were like, when you go out to college, your dad won't be there. So now it makes sense what you were saying about that.
Yeah, he's like the person that's always there. Every time I have a gig, like, it's always Dad and Syd are going somewhere, or when we have to go out for a long time and go do music stuff, it's always Dad and Syd, so it's going to be weird next year to just be Syd without Dad, like, for sometimes.
But you always know Dad will always be there.
Oh, I know. We're only an hour away. He'll be there still.
Yeah, so you're going off to college next year.
Yep, going to Wayne State. Going to major in marketing and hopefully minor in music.
Okay. A Wayne State Warrior, then.
Yeah, yes. I'm super pumped to live in a city.
Good for you. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we may as well say, you're only 17 now, so you're in your senior year?
Yep.
Okay, how exciting for that.
Yeah, super pumped to graduate.
You're like counting down the days.
I am, honestly, I really am.
Well, yeah, it's only a couple months away.
Yeah, I get out end of May.
All right. Dad's like, yes. Oh, wait a minute. Now that means college bills. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's also, a milestone where your baby graduates, and it's like, how did that happen?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. A blink of an eye.
That's right.
Next thing you know, she'll be, getting her diploma from Wayne State, and you're like, where did the time go? Yeah, for sure.
Then she can pay her own bills.
Uh-oh. We heard it here from Dad. Yeah.
You heard it first. My dad's going to make me pay my own bills.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here. So, you're not that old, obviously 17, but yet you've been doing this for a while. And I think I read 6 years old is when you really started getting involved with the music and writing and playing. Is that accurate?
I mean, I guess my dad has been in bands my whole life. So when I was really young, kind of when I became more conscious of what music was, I was like able to go up and sing with his band when I was really little. And I was just always like exposed to music. So I guess I did kind of start when I was 6, or just even younger than that. But it really didn't kick in until maybe 8th grade or freshman year of high school.
How did you know that music was something she was meant to be doing?
She's just always been singing, She's sang on stage with me, and she knows more about music than probably the average person, and she's constantly studying music, listening to it, all the classic rock, all the new rock. So she's a musicologist, if you will. So it's just in her blood, and I don't know what draws a person to that. She was just a person that was drawn into that. So, and I'm happy about that. I'd like to think that I had influence.
Well, it sounds like you definitely had some influence on Syd moving into the music realm. So,
but now she's influencing me as things are turning around.
But let's just say I did start out listening to like Paramore and like Taylor Swift and stuff. So I didn't start listening to classic rock for a while until I got conscious of it. But I guess he introduced me to that.
But you were listening to some music, and when you were listening to that, were you kind of, examining how things were done, or were you just
I just
following the flow?
Music for me is always just, it's not even like, of course, lyrics can be so meaningful and have a lot of like stories that are awesome to tell, but it's always been just melodies that catch my ear, and I immediately from like the first like couple words of a song, I can tell if I'm going to like the song or not because of melodies. And I think I've known that since I was little. And I think a lot of people realize that, but I've just become more conscious of that as like I've started writing songs and stuff.
Well, interesting. You said that, stories to tell, but, writing, which you do a lot of, you're saying it's not really poetry or it's not really a story, but yet it you just kind of said it was, a lot of stories to tell. Is that meaning in your music or I would assume.
Well, I mean, I think you can tell a story not just from the lyrics, but also just from the melody and just the feel of the music itself.
Okay.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I think, and I really understand that because when I hear songs, it's the melody that clicks first.
Right, exactly.
I get that, yeah.
It's the first thing that you hear that
Yeah.
you notice, and you're like, wow. Like, you can tell, like, lyrics are meaningful, but you have to listen to it too a couple times. And that's why I think when you have a great melody and a great hook, it just makes the song a million times better.
Well, if the music part of it, the melody is not good, you're not going to listen to the words.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I get that for sure. So, well, obviously you had an ear for that early on then.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, which is huge. So, and then of course, dad influence. So you introduced her to the classic rock? Is that
Yeah,
kind of the
sure.
thing of it?
I introduced her to lots of music. I mean, my band that I had several years ago was playing Chicago and Paul McCartney and all these songs, and she'd hear it on the radio. Hey, didn't you play that song?
Well, it's funny because I guess just recently, like when I was little, I would hear like "Got to Get You Into My Life" by the Beatles or something. And I'd be like, "Oh, this is my dad's band, New Fossils," like on the radio. I was like, "No, that's the Beatles. That's not my dad's band."
Oh, that's
so
funny.
it's funny that was like my introduction to that stuff, and like songs like that, and like Maybe I'm Amazed or like Long Time Foreplay by Boston or something. Be like, this is my dad's band.
Oh.
It's not my dad's band.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that is funny. Well, that's what you heard.
That
from
is,
your
yeah,
dad.
exactly.
So you thinking that was your dad's stuff? That's
Exactly.
Pretty cool. That's funny. Yeah, I don't think Boston or McCartney would appreciate that.
I know.
That's not yours. It's my dad's. What was your band? Now that you mentioned it a couple times.
It's a band called New Fossils.
New Fossils. Yeah. No.
We're still friends, but we've kind of disbanded just because it's a huge band and trying to
Yeah.
get everybody together and play out. Maybe someday we'll get back together.
Yeah,
But we're
okay.
having fun right now with Syd and I.
Right. Just a little duo going here, at least
right.
for now. So
Yeah, for
all
sure.
right. Okay. Well, tell you what. Why don't we hear a song?
Cool. The song is one of the songs off of my EP, and it's called "Don't Drag Me Down." Would you treat me right before the night is gone? If you treat me wrong, I'm going home. Would you show me a light? Would you show me your store? Don't even know your name. What do you got in store? You got the world on the back of your hand. We will be all right. I don't wanna be dragged down. Will you ever show me how? Can I keep my thoughts around? Oh, I don't wanna be dragged down. So where you from? I wanna know more. Are you from a slum? Do you have more? What is your favorite color? Do you like the rainbow too? What is your middle name? What are we gonna do? Now you see why I'm so scared. We will be all right. I don't wanna be dragged down. Will you ever show me how?
got a little bit of that raspy. I heard it a couple times, a little bit. And
Yeah, a little bit.
yeah, it's kind of cool.
Thank you.
In fact, you said some of your influences were Janis Joplin, Stevie Nicks. They have that raspy kind of sound.
Yeah.
So is it the singing or the songwriting of the influence from them?
Well, okay, so it's kind of, in a way, their presence, like the way that they perform on stage and the way that they like present themselves like out to the world.
Okay.
I think they're just like awesome people, and of course, I mean, I love their music too.
Yeah.
But just like the idea of them more is what I'm really influenced by.
Some good names there to be influenced by.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, well, and obviously you're too young to ever have seen Janis, but you see Stevie.
I
Stevie
did
Nicks
see Stevie Nicks, and I tell you, I cried like a little baby the whole time.
Oh, really?
It was crazy. My mom and I went to go see her November 2016, and it was funny because like a lot of the songs that she played were songs that like we haven't really heard before because it's like on her, I guess, newer albums or 24 karat gold or diamond or whatever, one of her albums. And then the last couple songs she did like Rhiannon and stuff, and I like snuck my way to the front, and these people kept like kicking me out and telling me to go back, and I kept sneaking up, and I was just bawling so hard. It was so amazing.
You'd probably like to meet her.
Oh God, that would be amazing. I would love to meet Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, very good. Well, so yeah, I like your little, like I said, I was raspy. I don't know if you were trying to do that or that's the normal, but I
That's
like
just
it.
kind of
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like that,
it just comes. I don't know how.
Doesn't matter how, sometimes it's like, well, this is my voice.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah,
And,
you're right.
this is my signature sound.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, don't try to, I think if someone tries to do a specific thing with their voice, you can tell.
Oh, I
it's not,
so agree with that. And you
it's
can
not-
tell that in a lot of new artists. They're like trying to do something,
Yeah.
like try to be like something with their voice, and it just doesn't work out. You have to
Well,
just...
and for a while there, I don't even know if it's the same now or not, but for a while there, like if someone made it big, let's just say Taylor Swift. So all the record labels were, find me someone that sounds like Taylor Swift. It's
Right.
Like,
Like,
well,
why would you want to do that? There's
why?
already another person just like that. Find someone else that
Yeah.
can contrast to her completely to
Yeah.
be like something brand new.
Something unique. I mean, that's
Exactly.
what you need to focus on, not, we want to duplicate because that's selling. It's like,
Yeah.
no, come on, people.
Exactly.
Little,
That's what's going wrong with the music industry lately, I think. Just the lack of originality and uniqueness. Because there's so much of it everywhere, but it seems like the only people that can quote unquote make money or get big are the people that sound just like the other people that are on the radio right now.
Yeah.
So.
And also, someone writes a song and it's not really them, or if they do have some input on the writing of the song, they've got a whole entourage of other people helping write that song. It's
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's like,
yeah.
come on, where's the originality?
Where's the soul
Where's
that you put into the song? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, something's wrong with that.
I agree with that.
You go back and look at all your classic rock artists and everything, and some of these songs are one person wrote it, and
Yeah.
it's a hit. So
For sure.
take some lessons from that.
Yeah.
From there. Well, let's talk about your voice and your little experience with The Voice, the show
Yeah,
The
for sure.
Voice. That was just recently, right?
That
Why
was
don't you
recently.
start out with Janis Joplin there? Because she helped you get on the show.
Sure, for sure. Yeah, Janis Joplin helped me move on. So
Okay.
Literally.
The Voice, there's the blind auditions, which is what everybody thinks of as like the beginnings of
Right,
The Voice.
right.
But truthfully, there are 3 auditions beforehand that you have to go through,
Right.
and it pretty much takes the number of contestants from like 100,000 people.
That
down-
many?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
my
think we've
gosh.
heard 80,000 people. But
Okay,
yeah,
well, I'm
somewhere
just trying to
around
make
there.
myself-
Let's go with 90. It's halfway.
Sure,
between
halfway there, whatever. Okay, so there's a lot of people,
Yeah.
and they have to bring it down to like a group of just 90 people to do the blind auditions. So you have to go through like most people have to go through the big like cattle call auditions or something where you like wait in the long lines and stuff. Luckily, we didn't have to go through that. We were contacted by some of the producers there.
Well, I don't mean to interrupt. I want you to continue the story, but that's one thing that came to mind when I was reading your blog is like, well, how did you jump the gun? How do they find you to do that?
we have no idea.
Okay,
Like they
okay.
just emailed us out of nowhere. We have absolutely no
You
idea.
have a theory, though.
Theory, like, I don't know, like, YouTube videos. It's not like I have a couple YouTube videos that I've posted recently.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been too many videos of me, like, from before they found me. I don't know. It's just really strange.
Well, and if that many people want to get on, they must have a whole group of people searching for artists.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
think.
Talent scouts are just
Yeah.
scouring the
Oh my
webs
gosh.
right
Okay.
now.
I was curious how, because you said you got
Right.
past all that and you got
We have
called.
no idea how we got past it.
That would be
Literally,
interesting to know.
That
how they
would be
did.
very
Yeah.
interesting to know.
We talked to a lot of people out there, and we only need one person that made it through from Cattle Call, that big arena type, that you would typically see,
Yes.
all the way to the point that
Yeah,
she was
one
at.
person
Wow.
got through the way that most people go
Otherwise,
to try
it's
out.
mostly referrals or scouting.
Or like you can also send in like a video. or
Okay. But
something.
which you did not do.
Which I did not do. In
Yeah.
fact, I was completely against doing any show like that because I don't believe music should be a competition.
Interesting.
And so I was just like, I was totally against it. But then we got the email asking us to come back or go to callbacks in Philadelphia. And I couldn't really like say no to the opportunity.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
just you got to try it out. I mean,
For sure.
You never know what's going to happen. And so we went to Philadelphia. We spent 2 nights there, I think. But we spent one whole day like in the place. I'm not really sure if I'm able to say where it's at.
Okay.
And we spent literally the whole day just like sitting and waiting to go.
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I mean, just go to just to go sing for these people, and so I sang a Janis Joplin song, "Move Over," which is my favorite Janis Joplin song. My other band, Red Herring, covers it, and so that got me through that round, and so from there we went home, and that was in June. They flew us out to LA in July to do executive auditions. So each time the amount of people that go get smaller.
Smaller. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And so we're in LA at this hotel, and we go to these executive auditions. Sorry. And I sang that Janis Joplin song again, and they also gave me a song to sing, and I made it past there too. And so then from there, we went home, stayed home for a couple months, and found out that we made it to blind auditions. And so then we went back to LA for a month, and that was in the end of September and pretty much all of October. And we went through voice lessons, staging, wardrobe.
And you're not even at the blinds yet. You haven't.
I haven't even done
that,
the
yeah.
blinds yet. This is like preparing for the
Wow.
blinds.
You stay out there for a month to prepare for 90 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much. And you don't know if you're going to make it through anything. You have to really put your life online for that. Like, you put your life on hold for a month.
You were in school.
I was in school. I had to switch to all online classes.
Oh.
Luckily, I have a really great choir teacher and AP theory teacher, and he let me stay in choir and do AP theory.
You can sing on Skype. Scheme.
I mean, I didn't really have contact with them for a while
Oh
because
my goodness.
you're not really supposed to talk about it while you're there.
Right.
And so I had to take all online classes, which was very strange because I'm I have to have a teacher there.
Yeah.
So we would do online classes, and I would have to go to school there, but school there would be like a mentor sitting in the front of the room, and all the minors of the show would just go sit in this conference room for like 5 hours a day. Well, it would vary. And like the certain amount of time you would sit in the classroom and just be silent. And just,
They didn't have like a lesson plan of some sort?
No, it was just me. I had to
What?
guide my own way through senior year, dude. And I
You
missed.
just have to meet California law requirements and be there X amount of hours per
Yeah.
week. or
Really?
something.
I mean, technically, I didn't have to do schoolwork either. I mean, I could have just sat and watched Netflix, but I have to like make my way through my senior year, you know.
Yeah.
So I missed. So that's what kind of sucked about it. I missed out on my senior year. Missed out on like homecoming and like the football games.
Oh.
I don't even have a picture in the yearbook, which is fine. I mean, I don't really care about that stuff that much, but I mean, it's just like weird not to be around when all that's going on because I'm so
Yeah.
used to having it there, right? So yeah, we stayed there for the month and we did the blind audition, and I did not get any chair turns,
Oh.
but that's okay. It was very relieving to come home and be able to see my friends and family again. it's really difficult being away from everybody for that long, especially when you're so young.
Yeah, my impression is, everything's recorded. So the blind auditions, you got to stick around for the battles, and then you got to stick around if you make that through the knockouts, and then there's a big break before they go to the live shows, right?
Correct. Yeah, that's
okay.
exactly right. I still have a lot of friends out there right now, and we all still keep in contact. We have like a group chat and stuff.
Okay.
But
so it's fun this season. We know everybody
Yeah.
that's going on stage right now,
Yeah.
and it's fun to see them progress.
it's kind of
through.
funny
Yeah.
because like when we're watching the battle rounds, like I'll be texting my friends. Like I've texted my friends beforehand, and I'm like, I already know who's gonna win this and stuff. So it's funny to hear. About
Well,
it.
and you probably had to sign, a non-disclosure agreement, and
Oh,
can't-
that's the. We had to sign many.
many
yeah.
papers.
Yeah, that
so
makes sense.
confusing.
You can't release new music until 10 days after the blinds. They have big contracts there.
Yeah.
Yeah, big
Oh, they
contract.
have money for the lawyers that
Oh, yeah.
to watch it. Yeah, it makes sense. But it sounds like it was a good experience for you.
It was a good experience, and I'm really glad that I did it. Because now the fact of like the unknown, like what if I would go try out for one of those shows like that, The Voice or like an American Idol type show, like what is it like to go try out for that? But now I know what it's like, and I don't have that like wondering thought in my
Right.
mind, and I can just continue doing what I'm doing because I know this is the route for me.
Did since no chairs were turned, did they give you some advice of how to improve or what you should do or anything like that?
Okay, I guess I'll go down the line of coaches. So we had Adam, Alicia, Kelly, and Blake. And so Adam said I sounded like an older woman, and if he would have known that I was 17, he would have turned for me.
Oh, lame excuse.
I know. Alicia told
Sorry,
me I
Adam.
sounded like Janis Joplin, so that was nice of her. Thank you, Alicia. Kelly Clarkson told me I should start a band, and I was like, I'm in 2 bands already, so I guess that's done. And Blake just kind of said like, I'm so sorry I didn't turn for you. I should have turned for you. And he stood up and everybody gave me like standing ovation. It was really a surreal type thing because they didn't really give me any critical like
Concrete information.
yeah, they just
Well, they said come back.
they said come back, and I said
Really?
we'll see. And then they were all kind of like, oh, okay.
Not what they were expecting. Most people were like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it was.
But she did come back and say, well, I don't know what to expect in a year from now.
Yeah, that exactly. I said, and then they were, so I said, we'll see. Everybody was like kind of freaking out, and I said, well, let me restate this. I don't know where I'm gonna be in a year. I don't really want to put my life on hold again. I didn't say that, but I was just kind of thinking like, I don't really want to put my life on hold again. I want to go to college, experience like a whole new life. You know.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I don't think it's the right path for me, and that's okay. For some people, it's really great. I know a lot of my friends that are really succeeding from it right now, and that's awesome for them. I'm so proud of them.
Okay. But good experience. Well, I did that.
Yeah, exactly. I did that. Check that off the list. Exactly.
All right. How about another song?
Another song. All right. Well, since we were talking about The Voice, this is a song that I wrote while there. I wrote a lot of songs in the bathroom at the time because I didn't have much privacy because my dad and I shared a hotel room for a month. So this is called Fire in the Crying Chair. It's that title because there was the fires going on at the time, and there's this chair by the window that I would sit and cry, or like call my boyfriend, tell him I miss him and stuff. So this is the song about that. Feel so far from home, even when you're on the phone. Seasons are changing, and I'm missing your love back home. Oh, and my future is so far away. But you got yours, oh, today. But I'm coming back into your arms. It'll go back to what it once was, what it once was. now that I have changed my mind when I'm on the screen singing high, I don't have to cry, 'cause you'll be there when I get home. Even though I miss you so, I'm doing this just right. And there's fire in the air while I'm sitting in my crying chair. These skies bring out blue eyes, yeah. I'll be home waiting for you right there. I remember the night before I left. You watched me walk out the door. I flew far away. I won't see you today, no, not today. Oh, and I think about where I come from and how you made me love you so, but it's okay to change. And distance made my heart grow just like you told me, so it'll be okay. And there's fire in the air while I'm sitting in my crying chair. These skies bring out blue eyes, yeah. I'll be home waiting for you right there. Yeah, I look into the bathroom and I see nothing but fear. Makes me feel so scared. But you got yours and I got mine, but our lives perfectly collide. It makes me have no fear, 'cause there's fire in the air while I'm sitting in my crying chair. Fire in the air while I'm sitting in my crying chair. These skies bring out blue eyes, yeah, yeah. I'll be home waiting for you right there. I come home waiting for you right there.
Inspiration while you were out in LA.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you, is it easy for you just to get some inspiration, something that's real and happening, and sit down and write a song about it?
That's the only time I ever can really write a song. Well, I guess that's not true. Sometimes I just get inspired by just like playing the guitar, and I just like hear a little riff. Like I had this one song, and I wrote it about literally nothing. I just wrote it like I wrote this whole entire song, and it's pretty cool. Like my other band, I wrote it for my other band, Red Herring, and I literally wrote it about absolutely nothing. It was just the first words that came into my mind.
Okay.
So, but then there's also times like that, the Fire in the Crying Chair song, or I don't know, other times when like friends are being mean to me or something. I can just write a song really quickly about that too. Just like if usually when something like that happens, just words and melodies just go through my head constantly all the time, and I just have to, like many people do, I just record it in my phone and I go home and I just write it out. Or if I have a guitar next to me, I can just write it out right then.
That's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
I think you said, I read that some of your best songs were written in an hour.
Oh, for sure. I find it so difficult to go back and like continue writing a song after I put it down for a while. Like if I write a song, get a verse and a chorus, and then I just leave it alone, like I won't come back to it because I can't. My best songs are when I can just like sit there and write them out.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really strange because most people can come back to songs.
Yeah.
Like my dad and I had this song for a while. I guess he wrote it, but I wasn't that big of a fan of it, and not to be mean to him or anything, but I think it was probably more of just because like I didn't write it. Like I have a problem when like having original music. Like if like for at least the Syd Burnham band or just with myself, like if I didn't write it, then I don't really want to play it. It's different when I'm with like Red Herring or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we had this song and we worked on it for so long trying to compromise on how it's gonna play out, like how it's gonna work out, or the melody or the words. And we never played it once.
Well, maybe you two need to be a duet, and that way some of his songs could be played.
I know. I
don't know.
telling him that he should go out and do some stuff on his own since I'm going to be going to college.
There you go.
I don't have the energy for it. Enough time with her right now and in work and everything else going on.
Well, and plus, when you say that, you said you still, even though you don't go back to the songs, you still have like 300 songs, partial songs.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess.
I have just like stacks of notebooks in my closet. I have like notebooks and binders, and I have this little like Janis Joplin notebook, and just with like so many songs from like when I first started until like now.
And you won't go back to any of those.
I just can't. Like it's nice to have them for like memorabilia, I guess, but like I just don't really want to because they're just not current. Like if I were to go to sing about them now, I just wouldn't have as much passion put into them.
Well, interesting. But sometimes, I've heard many musicians sitting in that chair that, those little gems, just a phrase or a line, down years later have become a big hit.
Yeah,
them.
for sure. I mean, sometimes stuff can like
you never know.
It'll work its way into a new song.
Yeah,
right?
it can-
a verse or
Don't get
an
rid of the
idea.
notebooks. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I have for sure used like I've gone through and like looked at other songs and been like, oh, I could use that lyric here. I guess it pertains to now, but I mean, I can never use like a full song.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that kind of makes sense. Mm-hmm. Until you're totally, writer's block, and you're like, oh my God, I need something, and maybe go back to this. Who knows? But that's still a lot of potential songs.
There's so many songs in there.
Wow. And you mentioned the two different bands. You do the Syd Burnham band, and then you have the Red Herring. So
Yeah.
So you write for both of those different?
Yeah.
Are they
it's
difference when you write to each one?
for sure. When I just write for myself, I write with myself. I write with my guitar in my bedroom or something, or wherever I'm at. But when I'm with the boys, the band members, the boys, the guitar player will come up with like a riff, and then he'll give it to the bassist and the drummer and say, make something out of this, and then I listen, and while they're doing that, I just the melody clicks in my head and I just write it down. That's usually how it goes. We have one song that the drummer, he's also a really great keyboardist, he just came up with, and we like wrote all around it. He had like the lyrics into it and stuff, but I like helped create the melody to it.
Okay.
And so we're getting pretty good at working together and figuring out songs.
This is the Red Herring. Why don't you go ahead and who is in that band?
Okay, so the guitar player is Aaron Lemazny, the drummer is Josh Pajak, and the bassist is Max Beardsley. But we're all fairly multi-instrumental, so you won't always catch Max on the bass or Josh on the drums. They switch often, or I'll play the bass or whatever.
So guitar, bass, what other instruments do you play?
I wouldn't say I play a lot of instruments. I dabble in instruments. There's like yesterday
When the
I was
need
at
arises, huh?
Right. Yesterday I was at Max's house, and we have this new song, and I'm supposed to play keyboards on it, but I'm not a very good keyboard player. And so I literally made him sit down with me for like an hour and a half to teach me this song, because he's like one of the most amazing musicians I've ever met, which sucks because I'm mad that he's better than me sometimes. I'm just kidding. He knows I love him.
That's just more fuel for you to get better, right?
I know. Exactly. No, he's great. He was teaching me how to play drums yesterday too. But yeah, we had to sit down and he had to teach me these keyboard parts, and that happens a lot like they're just like, oh, Syd, play bass on this, and I'm like, okay. I'm not that great at bass, but I'll try.
But one of the proudest moments for me, at least, is last year they did well in the short spring battle of the bands, so they got invited to play their summer party, opening for some big Michigan acts. But
yeah.
anyhow, they did. Josh, the drummer, couldn't make it, so Max, this guy she's talking about, he went to drums.
By the way,
she
one
played,
of the most incredible drummers ever, Max.
Yeah. She
So
played
is
bass
Josh.
and sang, and then the guitar player did his thing as usual. But
Okay.
so they're a diverse band where they could just switch it up like that to play one of their biggest shows
That's good.
ever.
That's
So,
huge. Yeah, if you can do that.
Yeah.
So did you have lessons, official training, or did you just do it all on your own?
For
Learning instrument.
No, I mean, I guess my teacher was my dad some of the time, but it was learning an instrument is a lot of focus. You have to have a lot of drive and focus from yourself, and so I couldn't always go down in the basement and just be like, Dad, teach me something, because
I think the internet was more her
I would get
teacher than I
frustrated.
was.
Yeah, for sure.
You'd be surprised what you can learn from YouTube, right?
Yes.
Exactly. No, for sure. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess no, I didn't really have a teacher.
Okay. Okay. But
Whenever
you
I
knew-
try and teach her theory, it's like gloss
I know, I'm
over.
just like, whatever, dude. I mean, I learned theory from school.
Yes.
I learned more like technical theory from school, like writing compositions and stuff. But like guitar theory, I guess, isn't 100% there.
And for someone that wants to pick up the guitar, do you need the theory?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Okay.
She actually teaches lessons in Milford.
Yeah, I teach guitar lessons and voice lessons. And I'll tell you this right now, you do not need to know a bunch of theory to play guitar. You just need to know where to put your fingers. That's all. I mean, it helps when you go learn to solo and stuff, but you do not need it just for a couple chords.
That's funny. I'm sorry. The way you said it was like, do you know it? Like you're pretty set on that. It was like,
I believe that 100%.
Okay.
Anybody can pick up the guitar.
okay. Well,
But I do also believe it's the hardest instrument to learn.
the guitar.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, there's so many different ways, with all the different tunings and all that kind of
Tunings and
stuff.
versions.
Yes,
All this. Yeah, it's crazy. It's
yeah.
wild.
But of course, you can always go back to the if you know 3 chords and you can play the guitar. Any
Exactly.
song, if you know 3 chords, you can write a song.
Yeah.
I've heard that before. So
For sure. I believe that 100%. Most of my songs
She has
have
lots
like
of
4
3-chord
songs.
songs.
Yeah, lots of them. Many.
Sometimes she expands to 4.
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah.
All right. And Dad, Tim, you can answer some of these if you want, or just hear from Syd. But okay, what is your guilty pleasure?
I don't really like the word guilty pleasure because I like to take pride in everything that I
Okay,
like to do.
all right.
So,
What do you take pride in? That's not.
Oh, geez. That's a hard one. I don't
How about
really-
coming to Detroit and hanging out?
That's
and
not
seeing
guilty
shows?
for us. That's not guilty
Or
pleasure.
going to Ann Arbor. I mean, there's so many. Just going to
I
see
need to
live
think of something
music.
weird, though. Yeah, I mean, what's something weird about me? I don't know. I
Little
don't
quirks. You have a little quirk.
know. I don't know.
You'll have to think about that for.
Oh, guilty pleasure. I really like playing the video game Sims. I don't know why.
Oh.
I just really like playing that game.
Okay.
That's it.
It's a simulation of human environments.
Yeah. It's really strange.
I'm not a big video game. I'm not into
It's
video
not
games
a-
at all. So
I'm not a
actually,
video
so I have
game.
no.
That was just something weird. I don't know. I can't think of one off my top of my head right
Okay. All right. How do you discover new music?
now. Ooh, that's a good question. A lot of my new music, I'll put on radio stations from. I really try and study every genre of music because I just think it's really important and interesting. So, depending on like the day that I'm in, I'll just put a radio station. Or I mean the mood that I'm in. I'll put on a radio station of like an artist that I like want to listen to, and I can just like hear artists that I like from that radio station, and from that like I'll go watch a bunch of live videos of them on YouTube and like learn more about them and stuff.
She also gets very frustrated because she's listened to songs so many times. It's like I need to find new music, so
some-
she's constantly exploring.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like one of
constantly
her
trying to
hobbies
figure out
is trying to find new music.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, there's a few avenues out there, but it's always fun to I like to hear how people, especially musicians, what are they looking for? Where do they dig deep into?
Yeah,
finding that
and I
new
also
stuff?
really like to like artists that I admire. Like I'll watch interviews and I'll like listen closely to see what they listen to, and then I'll go or like what they're influenced by.
Yeah.
But most of the time, not unfortunately, but most of the time, it's like the Beatles or something. I'm like, all right, I've listened to the Beatles a bunch. Give me something new. But yeah,
I'm familiar with the Beatles. All right, let's move on. Right?
yeah, exactly.
She asks me sometimes, what should I listen to now? I'm like, I don't know. You're the musicologist. It's like,
Well, Dad got you started listening to different things, and now you're.
I'll just get her into dad rock. Like,
Oh God, yeah, you should hear our car rides. The whole time it's like Kiss or like Styx or something. Be like, isn't this a great song? And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Whatever.
Move on.
Yeah, move on. Next.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. I've been in classic rock radio for so I need to thank being in that. But
For sure.
all right, is there a quote you live your life by or think of often?
I guess it's kind of just like, I don't like have a specific quote, but I guess just like something to live by is like, you literally could like die or disappear any day, so you just got to live your life to the fullest. There's no reason that you shouldn't go on that like spontaneous trip, or no reason why you shouldn't like, I don't know, wake up and go for a run early, or
like
just
you're going to
little thing.
Colorado
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I'm going to Colorado tomorrow, and we just like booked it out of nowhere, and it's just kind of like a shut up and go type thing. Just
Okay.
You kind of have to do it.
So
You
all
just
of a
have to
sudden it's
do
like
stuff.
road trip, let's go. That
For
kind
sure.
of, yeah.
I think that's so important because you never know when you're gonna get another chance to do something like that. So you just got to take the moment.
You never know. Example, The Voice. You never,
Exactly. You
opportunity
never
came
know.
up,
You just
go
got to
for
do it,
yeah.
dude. You got to do it.
You get, it's a great way to experience new things, and you might take you on a whole different path of your life. But
Exactly.
you never
for
know.
sure.
Yeah, that's good. Your favorite non-music pastime? Of course, we talked about the video game. Is that?
Oh no, I hardly literally ever play that. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't even know I said that.
Okay.
I really like painting. I have been able to like. My parents have been very nice and let me literally paint all over my walls in my bedroom. It's like a weird thing.
Your face, like.
Okay, I guess
So-
they haven't really let me. I've just kind of done it.
So
Every single part of her wall is painted. The ceiling, she's got like a vaulted ceiling in her room, and I'm like, how am I gonna? If we move from this house, I gotta paint this room.
Well, she obviously got up there to paint it, so you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we'll
what-
figure it out.
Are these pictures or just colors or what is
I
is
mean,
on the walls?
I don't really paint anything. I just kind of doodle. Like I'll draw a bunch of like
doodles on
lines
your wall.
and
Okay.
like no, I paint, but like it's not of like a person or like
Okay.
a picture of anything. Like I
still
just,
life,
like,
Some sort of pattern.
yeah, it's like patterns and stuff.
That's the creative mind.
And you can
Yeah, I
see
guess.
that in her YouTube videos. You can see the wall behind her. To see
Oh,
what
I've
that-
got to go check this out.
Yeah,
I'm
you can
curious
go.
now.
You can go look. You may think it's like some background, then it's just the wall of my room.
So, are you painting with like a roller or a fine brush or what is
It's
what do you-
literally Crayola paint from Kroger. I'm too cheap to go out and get some nice acrylic paint or something. Like I'm literally got like it's like the dingy like pack. It's like the 3-pack of like just like the little paints that you get when you're a kid with the really bad brush.
Yeah, okay.
And I just use that.
Yeah, this could be fun when you have to paint her room when she.
It's actually
moves out.
easier to like paint over than like
Yeah.
regular paint. So you're welcome for using cheap paint.
Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna go find a YouTube. I'm really curious now.
Yeah, no,
what
for
you
sure.
got
You can
going
totally
there.
check it out.
Okay, this is a finish the line. I wish I could. What?
I wish I could travel more. I really just want to explore the world really bad.
Any particular place you'd love to go?
There's a lot of places I'd love to go. One of my biggest dreams, I know it's like one of the dirtiest countries ever, but I love India. I think it's so beautiful, and it is my biggest dream to go to
Okay.
India. I love the culture. I would love to go during some of like the color festivals that they have there or something.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would love to go there.
I think you're the first person I've ever heard that said that, but
yeah,
that would
I would
be-
love to go there.
interesting. Yeah, that's cool. All right, let's maybe one or two more. Let's see. What was your very first job? Well, you're still young. I don't know if you
My
had
very
a first
first
job. I mean, you're in a
She's had
band
quite
for
a
heaven's.
few
I've
already.
had quite a few, yeah. In fact, right now I work at like this vegan raw food restaurant. I'm not vegan or anything. I just work there. But my first job was at one of my mom's old jobs. That's how I got the job. It was at Brighton Animal Hospital. I was the kennel girl. I would go clean up dog poop. It was really fun.
She doesn't do that at home, by the way.
A song from that, maybe?
Oh, no. No way. Nope.
All right, one final question here. If you could have any one person in your band, dead or alive, who would that be? To either play with or collaborate with?
Oh, what's his name?
I don't know. Tell me.
I know. I'm trying to remember. What's Robin Trower's lead singer's name?
Oh, jeez, he's one of the best vocalists. I forget.
Dewar. James Dewar.
James Dewar.
I would love to sing with him.
His voice is so incredible.
So incredible.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And Robin Trower's coming here on the 7th.
way.
You're going to
Are
be
you
gone.
kidding
I'm
me?
going to try and
Wait, on the
Royal
7th?
Oak. 7th of April, sorry. You're going to be gone.
Are you kidding me? Oh yeah, that's
Is this when you're in Colorado?
No, this is when Red Herring goes to New York. We're going to New York City for a couple days.
Fun.
Yeah.
Oh, so your band is touring in.
Yeah, kind of. It's just like a short mini tour.
Yeah, it's a pop-up show.
Pop-ups are good.
Yeah, for sure.
How long has Red Herring been together?
Well, the boys have been together for a while. They had a different lead singer before me, but she had to leave the band due to just senior year in high school, trying to graduate and stuff. But luckily for me, I was able to pop right in, and yeah, I saw them at a music festival. I saw them at Craig Carrick's Nor'easter when the Syd
Great
Burnham-
festival, by the way. Everybody should
wonderful
go to that.
festival.
When is it, the second weekend of June?
Yes, second or first weekend of June.
Craig does a great job with it.
Yes,
He does. He's so great. But I saw them when Syd Burnham band was playing there. And Red Herring was like on the main stage doing like all the lights and stuff, and I was mesmerized because they're kids my age like doing that, and I was like, I want to do that, and so I started following them on social media and stuff.
It's like, there's that girl again watching us.
Yeah. And then I saw the post that they made about their lead singer quitting, so I emailed as soon as I could, and it's really funny because they put out like this thing like inquiring for a new singer and keyboard player. And I was the only one that ever, like, emailed them. So I was, of course, in the band at that time. And it was funny because for the first couple of months, the boys did not speak to me. They were like,
What?
Yeah, I don't know, just
What's
because
wrong
they were,
with
like,
them?
teenage
Just shyness,
boys.
I
Just
think.
shyness.
Oh, okay.
You know, just being weird. But then we went to the Shorts Battle of the Bands for the first time. We stayed in Aaron's cottage up north. And they were forced to be with me for a weekend. So we kind
Got to know you.
I kind of got them to come out of their shell, and now they're like my best friends. Max and I are really close, and yeah, so that's how I got involved with them.
So, the Red Herring and the Syd Burnham band, and all that is at a place, your website that they can find where you're playing?
Yeah, if you look up just sydburnham.com or sydneyburnham.com.
Okay, cool. How about another song?
Cool, another song. Let's do Annie.
Okay.
This is a song that I wrote in the 8th grade.
Wow.
Funny. This is about a girl that I'm still friends with now. She's still one of my good friends. But I was mad at her at the time, so I wrote this song.
Sounds like 8th grade.
Yep. It was a civil conversation that got me on the hook. Wish I could speak your language, oh, wish I understood. Feel so valued, I'm not the only one. Wish you just choose how you're gonna run. Annie, you're killing me, broke my heart right from the start. Annie, oh, can't you see? Tore me apart, now I got to restart. Restart. Oh, I know she's not confused. She knows all of you. So she keeps them on the down low, so low. Whoa. This character in her film, I'm so amused. She's a cage full of secrets she will never use. Annie, you're killing me, broke my heart right from the start. Annie, oh, can't you see? Tore me apart, now I got to restart. Restart. I do need to ask, I come back so fast. Wish I wouldn't come back to you. I know not the only only one to put the safety on your gun. Wish I wouldn't come back to you. All you do is need to ask. I come back so fast. Wish I wouldn't come back to you. But I know I'm not the only one to put the safety on your gun. Wish I wouldn't come back to you. Annie, you're killing me. Broke my heart right from the start. Annie, oh, can't you see? Tore me apart. I got to restore. Restore. Oh, you killed me. Oh, Annie, you killed me. Oh, and Annie, killing me. Oh, you're killing me. Annie, you're killing me. Whoa.
Ooh, powerful voice.
Thank you.
Nice. Just we've got a few minutes here, and I just wanted to, you're young, 17 years old, and you've been doing this for a few years now. So, any advice to young musicians out there or wannabe musicians that you might suggest to them?
I guess my best advice is just to do it. So yeah, it is really hard to go and get gigs and stuff, but if you just get down if you start learning the guitar, if you start learning how to sing, learning how to play piano, you get together like a set, like an hour to 3 hour set. Like if you just email like a small bar or something.
Mm-hmm.
Go to open mics.
Go to open
Ton
mics.
of open mics in the
So
area.
many open mics.
We have an open mic here every Wednesday at Music Town.
Oh, that's awesome. We'll have to come back for that.
Yeah.
But you just have to go do it. That's literally my best advice. Just do it.
My advice would be to get inspired
Okay.
by something, because she's always been into music. You know, you can give a kid guitar lessons, but if they're not into a certain artist and really passionate about those artists, like when I was growing up, I was into hair metal bands and I was super into it. But she was into Taylor Swift when she was growing up, and then it became classic rock and Nirvana and Foo Fighters. So you gotta find what inspires you to pick up the instrument,
Yes.
because you can take all the lessons you want, but if you're not inspired, you're not going to do it.
I remember a friend of mine. He's got what's the word I want? It's not a school, but he teaches guitar. I mean, all kinds of instruments and vocal and everything. And he said that I'd rather teach somebody who was passionate, probably terrible on the instrument, but is passionate about learning it, than someone that's just taking the lessons just because. He goes, that
Right.
passionate
That's
kid is
how
going
I
to be.
feel so much
yeah.
when I give lessons. There's a lot of kids that it seems like their parents are just putting them in lessons,
Yes. Yeah.
just like pastime or something. But they're not learning anything, and they don't improve every week when they come back because they don't care to learn.
Right.
So it's really important to have like that momentum
Yeah.
and the force.
You can teach.
I
the
can teach
instrument
anybody, but
if they're passionate about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
For
That
sure.
makes a lot of sense. So, and you teach at is it the Michigan School of Rock?
Yeah, Michigan School of Rock in Milford. Yeah, John Kosicki is the owner of that place, and he's been really nice to let myself and Max from Mount Herring. He gives lessons there also.
Okay. Yeah. So if you want to learn from this gal,
Yeah, for sure.
that's where you go. And you can also learn a lot about from your blog. Your blogs are really cool, and I love how you
thank
really
you.
you kind of give a little insight into the music world, which is kind of cool there
Thank
too.
you so much.
Yeah.
I didn't know people really read it.
I read it. Oh,
Thank you. Thank you so
yeah,
much.
no, it's I think it's great. That's it really shows a lot about who you are and what you're passionate about with your music. So
Wow, thank
that's
you.
cool. Yeah. Again, where people can read that is your website.
Yeah, just SydBurnham.com or SydneyBurnham.com.
I like Syd.
And like her on Facebook, Syd
You
Burnham
like me on Facebook?
Music.
You can follow me on Instagram, Sydney Burnham.
That's the other thing is the social media that helps a
Yeah.
musician in this day and age too. You need that to get out there. And do you have a lot of your music on YouTube? no?
I mean, I have a lot of covers, I guess, on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not necessarily my original music.
Well, you can find her albums called The Yellow Album on Spotify and all the music streaming services,
Yeah.
iTunes. And we played the first and third song we played are both on that album.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Dad's still plugging his daughter.
Yep, for sure.
Right.
I need him to do that because I forget to do it.
That's cool. Well, any last words that you would like to share with our viewers today?
Just thank you for having me, and for any aspiring musicians, just keep doing it. Keep getting inspired.
Yeah, good advice to you. Get inspired. Find something that you really, it just clicks with you, I think is
That's
is
right.
the main thing, yeah. And help you to learn your instrument or the songwriting and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, inspiration is huge. So and you're going to be going off to school, so good luck with that.
Thank you very
in the
much.
fall. And you're studying again. You're going to be studying the
I'll be majoring in marketing and minoring in music.
okay. I don't know anything about music majors or music curriculums, but do you pick like an instrument or a vocal or something? And
I think it's more of just like learning I'm not really completely sure what it is, but if I were to major in music, it'd be like you'd have to pick an instrument or like voice or something, or music education. But I think I'm like minoring in music is more of just learning the theory and like.
oh,
small
there's that
music-
theory.
Yeah.
Well, she's really into
Different kind of
acapella.
theory.
Oh.
yeah, like
Okay.
actual like when you think of like Bach and Mozart and stuff,
Okay.
like that kind of stuff.
Okay. All right. You see yourself doing this in 10, 20 years still?
Oh yeah, I don't think even if I stop necessarily gigging or whatever, I think music will always be a part of me. I'll never stop playing music.
Well, it's a good release. I mean, all those life things that come up, you can write it through song and instead of
For sure.
other ways which are not so good.
Yeah.
So music is a release for many people. Put it down on paper. Yeah. So well, we'll see what happens. We'll check you out in 5-10 years. See where you're at.
Cool. Sounds good.
And Dad's still by your side.
Oh
helping you
yeah,
out.
he'll be with me wherever I go.
Yeah, gotta love it. So, well, this has been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
for
thank
coming
you so
in
much
and-
for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tim, nice to have you supporting your daughter like that. I mean, that is really cool that you're able
Yeah.
to play and be, with her on this journey.
Yeah, I always say, regardless whether she's my daughter, she's the most fun I've had playing music, and one of the best musicians I've played with. It's just
That's
fun
cool.
and inspiring to play with her. Regardless whether she's my kid, I just enjoy playing with her.
And she inspires you to keep going with the music.
Yeah, I spend hours in the basement producing her songs.
Oh yeah, he's the mastermind behind the Yellow album, so you guys better go check it out and give him some credit because he did a great job. He spends hours on that.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
Yes, it is fun.
And it's just a bonus that she's your daughter.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Well, sounds good. Well, again, thank you to everybody watching us today in the beautiful AAA studios here at Music Town in the Hockey Town, second floor of Hockey Town. This great venue that we like to focus on Detroit music and musicians. So thank you to AAA and, of course, Children's Hospital of Michigan Foundation. So without those two sponsors, this all would be not here. So it's been a pleasure. Syd Burnham and Dad Tim Burnham, thank you so much for coming in. That wraps up another Behind the Mic. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Pam Rossi. Have a great week.